I'm Luke Stanczyk for this week's Student Athlete Spotlight, and with me today is junior golfer Kathryn Ghanayem. Kathryn, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you guys have the conference tournament coming up this weekend. How excited are you to finally get to this big tournament?
We're really excited because we're playing at a new golf course. It was built only 11 years ago. It's called Ridges at Sand Creek. It's in Jordan, Minnesota. So it'll be a drive, but we're excited to show off our skills because we've been working really hard all season.
And you've made some large improvements from last year. What kind of things did you do in the off-season to really get yourself to improve?
Well, I worked on my tempo and my rhythm, and then I also worked on just focusing and really calming down to hit good shots.
And so we have this new golf center here. How much does this really help? Because I mean, this is, as you can see, this is a really nice facility. You got the simulators, you got a nice putting green here. How much does it help?
Well, it's really convenient, especially when you have class during practice. You can come in whenever you have a break and just putt and hit and chip. And it's nice if the weather's really bad too, because then you can just hit indoors. And we love coming here because it's so convenient, because it's always available to us.
What would you say is the strongest aspect of the golf game?
Recently, it's been my short game. That's really saved me a lot. My chipping has improved a ton, which makes it easier to recover. So that's been a nice improvement. And
golf is, in a lot of ways, an individual sport. So how is the team really able to keep kind of a team concept and kind of a team chemistry going?
We always try to keep the morale up. Even when someone has a bad day, we always tell them, don't worry about it. We'll just work on it in practice and get better next time. And whenever someone does well, we always congratulate them. We're really supportive of one another. We've really come together this season to really give each other that boost that we need to be confident in our game and when we're in practice.
And kind of shifting to the classroom now, what's your major and what do you plan to do with it after you leave Benedictine?
I'm a health science major and a Spanish minor, and I'm pre-med, so hopefully I'll go to med school and probably become an ophthalmologist.
And you were in the scholars program, so if you kind of want to talk about how demanding that program really is.
Well, it really causes you to use a lot of critical thinking, which is nice, especially being a science major. It kind of causes you to think outside of the box and outside of the typical science realm. And currently we're taking the Mediterranean world, so we're reading the Iliad and the Aeneid and Plato's Republic, so that kind of helps give us a good world view, which is exciting and it's fun because it's something different.
And obviously being in the scholars program, it's a lot of work. So being a student athlete, how hard is it to balance all the schoolwork you have to do with golf?
Well, it's always difficult in the beginning of the semester because you're not sure, how much work you're really going to have. But then after you kind of get into it, you realize you have to set aside time to take care of your homework and your reading, and then of course to golf and to get better. So it's just a continual process.
And my last question, obviously you're involved with the school in a lot of different things. What is your favorite thing about Benedictine?
I really like the atmosphere. I feel like everyone is really welcoming and supportive. Whether you're in the science department or in the Spanish department, everyone is always there to help you and is, smiling and cheery.
All right, that was this week's Student Athlete Spotlight with Kathryn Ghanayem. I'm Luke Stanczyk. Thanks for watching.